From the very beginning of our great nation, with the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, America was built on the ideals of service and sacrifice. Nowhere is that more apparent than with the men and women who step up and protect and defend the United States Constitution by serving in our armed forces. Being a member of the armed forces is a commitment that can only fully be understood by those who wear the cloth of our country and accept the responsibility of representing and defending our great nation. I'm Patrick Murphy. I'm an Army veteran and the former Undersecretary of the Army, and I'm now the Executive Chairman of WorkMerk. And I'm proud to partner with Express Employment Professionals on their Job Genius series to present this video, created to help veterans as they enter the civilian workforce. And listen, even if you're not part of the military family, maybe you're an employer, a hiring manager, a community resource provider, or a potential colleague of a veteran, this video will shed some light on the veteran mindset and make you aware of some of the resources that are available to help our veterans as they go to work. As a member of the military preparing to enter the workforce, the good news, there's a tremendous amount of resources that are available. On the downside, that huge volume of information can seem overwhelming, confusing, and difficult to navigate. Hopefully, this video is going to help clear away some of that clutter. We're going to talk about preparing for your civilian job search, options to consider as you plan for life after the military, like going to work right away, getting or continuing your education, or even starting your own small business. And of course, some of the tools and resources available. Now I get it, there's a lot to consider about what comes next. What's important though is to decide what's best for you. Basically, it boils down to three main options: get a job, go to school, or start your own small business. Of course, you may decide to do two or even all three of these options at the same time. But to keep things simple, we're going to tackle the big three one at a time and explore the avenues that you can take to achieve each one. Get a job. In one form or fashion, you're probably going to need a job. You may need a job to pay the bills while you figure out your long-term plan, or you might be ready to launch into your career right away. You'll have to decide whether you'd like to go to a career that's compatible with your military specialty or start down an entirely new career path. That is a big decision and not one you're going to want to rush into. Fortunately, whether you choose to stick with what you know or decide to explore new opportunities, there are numerous resources to help you get to where you want to go. One avenue worth exploring are opportunities available through a staffing company. Listen, I understand it's no coincidence that this video is brought to you by a staffing company, but hear me out. Staffing companies like Express help market your specific experience, skills, and talents directly to employers. And staffing companies offer the chance to explore different fields and gather new skills, all while earning a paycheck. And by the way, Express never charges any fees to help you find a job. Just something to consider as you plan your next step. And as you think about your future, it's a good idea to consider the jobs and careers that offer a bright future. You'll want to check out jobs that are in demand, jobs that have many openings and not enough people to fill them, both now and in the future. One great source of information on promising jobs and careers is the ONET program, the Occupational Resource Center sponsored by the U.S. Department of Labor. There are several terrific features on this site to look for. The first are careers with a bright outlook, jobs that are expected to grow rapidly in the next several years or have high numbers of openings. For each job and career listed, ONET even has links to find job openings from a number of online job boards. Another cool section of the ONET site is the My Next Move for Veterans area. This site has 3 different search functions to help find a career. Whether you already know what you want to do, maybe just have a general idea, or you'd like to carry over your military work into a civilian career. If you're a Canadian military veteran, check out the Veterans Affairs Canada website. This site is a great source of information for current or former members of the Canadian Armed Forces or the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. You'll find a wealth of resources on the programs and services available in categories such as financial matters, health benefits, career transition services, and education funding. The Express Employment Professionals Job Genius video library also features a couple of career exploration videos worth checking out. The Job Market Forecast video explores top trending jobs and what they pay, as well as training and requirements for each. Another video in this series, Create a Career Path and Set Career Goals, gives great advice and tips on setting goals and getting started on a career path. It also touches on the difference between hard and soft skills and the role each plays in choosing a career and getting hired. These videos are all available on YouTube. Just search Express Employment Professionals, then click Playlist. From there, you can view the entire Job Genius playlist. And there's a terrific resource to help determine how your job in the military might relate to the civilian workforce. The Military Skills Translator from military.com is a great tool that helps match your military experience to civilian jobs. Just enter your branch and your MOS, AFSC, or rating to search for civilian jobs. You can search job openings by city, state, or zip code. You may also be eligible for educational and career counseling through the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Check out va.gov, then go to the Careers and Employment section. VA Chapter 36 benefits include career counseling to explore careers, find a training program or job, and academic and adjustment counseling to help overcome any obstacles that may stand in the way of your success. If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability, the VA offers vocational rehabilitation programs to help you find and keep a job and live as independently as possible. The VA offers 5 different tracks that each focus on different employment and living goals. You'll find more information about the eligibility requirements and the features of each on the 5 Voc Rehab tracks on the VA website, also located in the Careers and Employment section. For those of you who are Canadian veterans, check out the Veterans Affairs Canada website, Education and Jobs section to learn about services you may be eligible for. When you're ready to begin job hunting and filling out applications, the next step is to put together an effective resume. As a veteran, there are a few things to be aware of as you compose a resume that's going to be read by a civilian hiring manager. Keep it short. 1 page is the recommended length. And avoid military terms and jargon. Highlight the soft skills ingrained by your military career: teamwork, collaboration, problem solving, and inclusion. And remember, there's no one-size-fits-all resume. Adapt and revise your resume for each job you apply for. Make sure to include keywords used in the job description in your resume. We could do an entire video focused solely on resumes. And you know what? We already have. Check out the Best Way to Write a Resume video to learn different styles of resumes and formatting options, how to emphasize relevant experience and education, and more. Just go to the Job Genius playlist on the Express Employment Professionals YouTube channel. There's also terrific resume advice on military.com written by a retired Army colonel. Find out how he learned to write an effective resume after getting 0 job offers out of the agonizing 155 job applications with an ineffective resume. Okay, so let's say you've done your research and a little bit of soul searching as you prepare for a career after the military. And what if you found a career that interests you, but it's going to take a little bit more training or education? Well, my friend, it's time to go to school. When you're thinking about continuing your education, the first thing to consider is how or where you're going to get the education and training you need. Your options could include career tech, community college, or traditional four-year university. The type of institution that you choose will depend on the career you're pursuing and the availability of training in your area. For instance, say you're interested in becoming a welder. Finding training should be no problem since welding courses are widely available across the US and Canada. However, if you're interested in becoming a wind turbine service technician, you're probably going to have to relocate to a state like Texas or Oklahoma to get training. You'll also need to decide whether you'd like to attend a traditional brick and mortar school, pursue your education online, or even do both. Each have their pros and cons, but I will caution you, beware of the so-called diploma mills that offer quick education, but often deliver a certification or diploma that is not so attractive to employers. Also keep in mind that many people have this idea that online education will be a cakewalk, but make no mistake, with a reputable institution, you'll have to work just as hard and meet the same requirements as you'd find in a traditional classroom. Of course, another consideration in continuing your education is how you're going to pay for it. As you're probably aware, the U.S. military offers the GI Bill, a solid benefit to help pay for your education. As America's first Iraq vet elected to Congress, I was proud to co-author the post 9/11 GI Bill. You're typically eligible if you served 90 days on active duty since September 10, 2001. Your amount of time on active duty determines the percentage of tuition reimbursement you're eligible for. For example, if you have 24 months of active duty, you'll receive 80% tuition reimbursement. At 36 months or more of active duty, you may receive 100% reimbursement. The GI Bill also offers a monthly housing stipend and a yearly stipend of up to $1,000 for books and supplies. And depending on your branch and years of service, you may transfer your GI Bill benefits to a family member. The GI Bill really is a valuable benefit that you should explore taking advantage of. Just keep in mind that along with the many benefits, there are stipulations to be aware of. Find out everything you need to know about getting the most of your GI Bill benefits. One great source is the GI Bill section on military.com. Qualified veterans of the Canadian Armed Forces can take advantage of the education and training benefit. To qualify, you must have been honorably released from the Canadian Armed Forces and meet the length of service requirements. 6 years of authorized paid days of service to receive 50% of the maximum amount, and 12 years of authorized paid days of service to receive the full amount. You'll find the full details on the Veterans Affairs Canada website. As helpful as the GI Bill and the education and training benefit are in paying for expenses related to your education, you may find that you need an additional source of income to make ends meet. This is another situation in which a staffing agency may be able to help with temporary or part-time job assignments that may last a few days, a few weeks, or even a few months. As a matter of fact, every express office is an independently owned franchise operated by a small business owner who has a vested interest in their community. If that entrepreneurial spirit burns inside of you, then you may want to consider starting your own small business. Starting your own business is an exciting prospect. That's why I co-founded WorkMerk. In fact, veterans have been bringing their business ideas to life for as long as the armed forces have been in existence. Companies like Walmart, FedEx, Comcast, and GoDaddy were all started by veterans. And who knows, maybe your business could be the next big thing. If you're thinking about being your own boss, there are quite a few things to consider. Is your business going to be a full-time venture or a side hustle? Either way, running a business takes time and attention. Will you involve a partner or partners? Or will you be a sole owner? Do you want to start your own business or buy a franchise? There are rewards, risks, and costs associated with each. Many franchises have discounts for veterans, and startup costs vary widely. A great place to begin researching veteran-friendly franchising opportunities is with vetfran.org through the International Franchise Association. VetFran has a ton of resources, including frequently asked questions, a list of companies that offer discounts to vets, financing resources, and so much more. Regardless of whether you buy a franchise or start your own small business, here are a few things to keep in mind. If you're starting your own business, you'll want to do market research to determine what the demand may be for your product or service. And it's wise to consult with an attorney to help protect yourself and your assets. You'll need to figure out how much money you'll need to get your business up and running. Keep in mind, you'll have expenses and bills to pay long before you're open for business. Then you'll need to create a business plan. It doesn't need to be long. 1 to 2 pages will do just fine. You'll just need something short, clear, and concise, whether you're seeking a loan from a bank or a similar institution, or even from friends and relatives. Before and after your business is off the ground, you'll need a budget for things like marketing, branding, and advertising. You need to let the world know about your product or service and why they can't live without it. And once underway, no business can run by itself. It takes ongoing action. You need to keep up with your employees and vendors, monitor inventory, track payroll, and countless other tasks. And don't forget your online presence. You need to keep your website updated, respond to online inquiries, post often on social media to keep customers engaged and informed. I know, it seems like a lot, and that's because it is. But if you have the passion, the drive, and the commitment, coupled with planning and preparation necessary, then you're off to a great start. The U.S. Small Business Administration's Boots to Business program is a free two-step entrepreneurial education and training program. It's designed especially for service members, including active duty service members, veterans, and their spouses. It's a terrific resource if you'd like to explore business ownership or other self-employment opportunities. Check out the SBA Boots to Business website to view the course schedule, including dates and locations. And finally, before you begin your own venture, seek the advice of other business owners, both veteran and civilian. Ask questions. Most small business owners will be happy to share their experiences. As a veteran preparing to enter the civilian workforce, you certainly have a lot to consider. Hopefully, this video gives you a solid starting point and at least gets the wheels turning as you plan your next step. Good luck, and thanks for watching. This Veteran Hiring Guide video is part of the Job Genius Education Series, presented by Express Employment Professionals. Visit expresspros.com or search for Job Genius on YouTube to learn more.